Hi everybody, my name is Ed Messina. I'm a neurologist and a headache specialist, and I get migraines. So I'm here to talk to you about headaches and how to get through these things, how to get good care, and to understand what's new and what's happening in our headache world. I'm the medical director of the Michigan Headache Clinic in East Lansing, Michigan, and this will be a series of videos which we are providing as a public service for everyone everywhere who has headache problems, period. The information I'll pass on to you is based on my experience over the last 40 years and the evidence that's published in the medical journals. We are not sponsored by any drug companies or hospitals or any outside person. We are strictly here as a public service. So we'll try to give you the straight scoop, at least as we see it. And frankly, as a headache sufferer, I'm sick of seeing people get bad medical care, and they're getting it all over the country. And my goal is to help get people to understand better what's going on. First, let's talk about how you discuss your headaches with the closest people to you. For example, family members, spouse, children. A lot of people with bad headaches will go to bed when they have a bad headache. They're not much fun to be around. We will get grouchy, we will avoid bright lights and noise. We'll do whatever it takes to get relief from the pounding pain. Headache people will commonly go to bed early and maybe not even surface again till the next day. And the next day, they look like the cat dragged them in. It's called a postdrome, when you still feel really bad, but the headache is probably gone. When you talk to loving members of your family who maybe are getting a little impatient with you by now, you need to tell them about what the headaches are doing to you, how bad they make you feel, and how you're suffering. It's not being a wimp when you go to bed with a headache. You're just trying to avoid the stimuli which make your headaches worse. So when you talk to your boss, that's another issue. Employers have a very dim view of headaches because they cause absenteeism and mistakes at work. Many of our patients will actually call in to work sick, but they'll say they've got the flu or they have a hangover or some other socially acceptable way of being absent. Because if they said, I have a headache, the people at work are going to say, I get headaches, we come to work, why can't you? So the big issue here is bosses are very understanding sometimes, and other times they're not. Coworkers can be considerate or inconsiderate. For example, perfume is a big trigger for headaches in many of us. The smell of certain perfumes or colognes is like driving a stake through your head. And sometimes coworkers go out of their way to be mean. We hear complaints all the time, and I've written numerous notes to employers about our patients who need to be in a scent-free zone. Some coworkers are very understanding, and they will accommodate you. They will avoid smelling bad, which we consider bad as perfume. But other coworkers are spiteful, so it's worth talking to the boss, get put into a different room, or get your desk moved, because it's intolerable. Even if you're not having a headache, you can get one pretty nicely with certain scents. Some people will say, well, OSHA said there's nothing toxic about these things. Well, fine, OSHA is looking for toxins, but if a substance is triggering a headache, it doesn't have to be toxic. Our patients will sometimes avoid going into certain stores because there are certain odors from potpourri or cleaning products or scented candles, which are intolerable. So we've talked to our family, we've talked to our employees. When you talk to friends, it's the same thing. They don't always understand that you don't want to go out and have a good time after work because you have a headache. The impairment of a person's daily life can occur on many levels, including your social life. Many of our headache patients won't make plans or arrangements to go out because they find it intolerable to eat a meal because they're nauseated from their headaches. Certainly, drinking alcohol can trigger some headaches or at least make the medicines you're taking dangerous. In conclusion, for this episode, explain what you're experiencing to people who need to understand. It's good that you get understanding from people, bosses, family members, and friends. We're not asking for pity, we're just asking for understanding, because this is a brain disorder, just like any other disorder. You can't give people a hard time because they're diabetic or had a stroke or have heart problems, and so people shouldn't give headache people problems either, but they do. For some reason, having migraines is not a socially accepted excuse for not participating in and that you will find a way to get better. Because most people with headache will find a good solution. There's always something that will help, and it's important to never give up hope.